This is the Olight Ostation X. If you've been following along for the past year, maybe you've seen the Kickstarter campaign and the prototypes of this, but this is now finally real and for sale. And I'll put some links down below to the Olight website. You can check it out. They say this is a 3-in-1 battery charger. Analyze, charge, and organize. You put the batteries in the top, it analyzes them to make sure that they are the right type of battery. It charges them in the center, and then it organizes them in the bottom. Getting some of the basics of this out of the way, this is $120, $119.99 on Olight's website. It will do AA nickel metal hydride batteries. You can pick up some of the Olight branded ones that come in packs of 8 like this, or you can use other, as long as they're AA nickel metal hydride, you can use those. If you put a battery in, you don't need to worry about the polarity. That's part of the analyzing that it does, and it will figure out which way to charge it. Also, if you put a battery in that it recognizes is not the right type, you accidentally put in an alkaline battery, you accidentally put in a AAA battery, it will filter that out and spit it out into the kind of bad battery, I'll call it the wrong battery drawer right here, which I'll show you. It will do up to 32 batteries at a time, and it will charge them either in 3.8 hours or a 2.5 hour fast charging speed. There's also a phone app that you can use to look at the different modes, see the progress, and even do over-the-air updates for it. The uses for this are pretty much if you do something that involves a lot of AA batteries. If you use an i5T a lot, for instance, or one of their other AA batteries, great for that. If you have a game controller at home, like Nintendo or one of those things, and the controllers use AA batteries, great for keeping those charged for the kids. If you use a lot of AA batteries at work, for me, I carry an i3T almost every day at work in the ER, and when the regular AAA alkaline batteries run out, I go to our central distribution, I get another 2 batteries. But if I had something like this that did AAA, for instance, I would just go plop the old ones back in here, get 2 new ones out, and it would work great for that. So several different options for where this could be useful. Stuff this comes with, there is the box, of course, with the always very pretty picture of the product on it. It comes with a 30-watt charging brick. The prongs fold out. It's USB-C. And it comes with a much longer than usual, I'll say, USB-C to USB-C cable. Looking at the construction of this, if you saw the prototype, this does have some modifications to the stuff that you saw, that the designs along the way, and I'll try to mention those as I go along. On the top here, there is a door that opens where you put the batteries. This slides open and it rolls down into this side portion right here. Batteries go in the top there. On the prototypes, there were, as people called them, little plinko posts through that the batteries would filter down through. On the real one, you can see there are 4 channels that the batteries will move down through to get to the central charging area. On the back, there's 2 USB-C ports, and that's not so that you can double power it. It's so you can put USB-C power into one, and then you can do USB-C out from the other one to charge something else. So you can use this as a charger also. There's a spot for a exhaust fan here to help do some cooling. On the front here is the button that both turns it on and off and puts it into pairing mode. There's a light going around there showing the different modes that it's in. Right here is the bad battery drawer, I'll call it the wrong battery drawer. On the prototype, I think you pulled this open. On this, you push it in and it pops out. And there's a little readme in here that basically says, if a battery goes in here that you think maybe wasn't bad, maybe clean the terminals, maybe try it again. I think this will hold 7 AA batteries. Goes back in. And on the bottom is where the batteries get organized, and then you get them out here from almost like a gumball type dispenser. They'll come here and you pick them out. So that's the basics of the construction and what comes with it. Now let's get into how to use it. Let's plug this in, pair it, and charge some batteries. So the light here on the front will signify different things. When it's flashing white, that means it's entering standby. When it becomes solid white, that means that it is in standby. And then to get it into pairing mode, you press this 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it should start flashing blue. And then go into the app to pair it. Your Wi-Fi has to be on, by the way, to do this. I think one should show up there. Here it is. Discovering devices. Add it. You can see the circle as it's spinning there. Successfully added and done. So on the app here, it shows new updates. Let's go ahead and update that. All right, done updating the app. One of the nice things about having the app connected to the charger is that it can do over-the-air updates to firmware for the charger for any future things they might decide. So let's go ahead and load some batteries. You can see in the app right here, there are no batteries loaded in any of the spots. I'm going to use 4 batteries, 1 alkaline, 2 of the rechargeables, and 1 AAA, so that we can see how it does rejecting them. And I'm going to drop them in different directions. All right, so they're in there. Clicking it again onto green. Green means that the charging mode is entered. So the batteries have gone down into the center charging area here. It will start analyzing them. All right, so you can see in the app there, the center 2 batteries, which are the 2 rechargeables that I put in there. You can see the percent charge. The other 2, it's apparently still thinking about. Those are both bad batteries and should eventually be spit out into the battery tray here. What I've learned though is that it doesn't spit them out until the entire charging cycle is done. In the app, you can see that there is standard mode and fast mode. You can click it over to the fast mode. If you do that, the fan in this starts going because I think it uses more heat to charge them faster. So I'm gonna go back into standard mode and then the fan turns off. So I will come back after this is done charging. So the charging cycle is done. You can see it spit the 1 battery out. Shows on the app that 2 batteries were fully charged. And there's the second battery. You get it out by putting this down, and then both batteries come out there. So the machine went back into standby mode. In the app, it still only shows that there was 1 rejected battery. However, if I check the drawer, both the Duracell Alkaline and the AAA battery were both rejected. So there was a charging cycle with 2 partially charged batteries. As you saw the percentages in the app, those charging cycle times that I mentioned initially, I think are for fully dead batteries. These charged much faster as they were already both partially charged. It correctly charged the correct 2 and it correctly spit out the ones that were not chargeable, either because of size or not being a rechargeable battery. And if you had more batteries up here, it would just keep going through, cycling through, and you would have kind of an endless supply of charged AA batteries down here. I'm hoping they come out with a AAA version of this, and I'm hoping that they can continue with some over-the-air upgrades. It would be nice if it spit out the bad batteries right away. Instead, it waits till after the good batteries are charged and then it spits them out. If it spit them out initially, then you could probably charge more faster. So that might be a recommendation that they could add in one of the future upgrades. But otherwise, again, if you need a lot of charged AA batteries, check out the Olight Ostation X.